Hello everyone, I am Deborah Sfera. Welcome to this guide to Clinita's colors for eyebrows. Together we will discover all of Clinita's colors, all there for you. We'll also learn how to read the color chart, which is very convenient and easy to read. You will learn how to choose your colors both for new works or covering ups. Come with me. Before seeing the color chart, I'll show you what you find when you buy Clinita colors. So single dose bottles with nearly 3 ml of content. They are contained in a sealed sachet or bag. So what does it mean? That it means that everything that is inside the bag is sterile, like needles, for example. On the label there is both the name and the code of the color, and some of the ingredients are indicated. Why am I saying some ingredients? Because by scanning the QR code you will access the safety sheet of the color, where you will find all the ingredients, and you will also find the REACH certification, which is the applicable European Union law for both tattoo and dermopigmentation colors. As for the best before date, in this case, we have the maximum expiry date expiring in December 2032. So basically, the maximum expiry date that you can get is 10 years, but only if you don't open the bag. Once the bag is opened, you will have to start calculating the expiry date, which is of 12 months. Also, if you don't open the plastic seal of the bottle. So when you open a bag, you can write down the day on which you open it, so that you can calculate the expiry date according to the BAU code. Another product that we have is Shade 1000. What is that? It's basically the vector of our colors, so basically water, glycerin and alcohol, which can be found in any color. So basically it is compatible with any color, and it is the thinner. Once the bottle is removed from the bag, in this case it is the Deep Professional Black, this is what you find. So basically you have to break the plastic film and unwrap it, and what we suggest is not to unwrap the whole bottle, but up to this point. So basically uncovering just the cap, so that you can easily clean the bottle if it gets stained. So now we open the bottle and it is ready to use. So now we will have a look at Clinita's colors for eyebrows. This is our color chart. As you can see, it is a very wide and rich color chart. It is really full of colors to work on any skin type and to deal with any problems that you may find in your work using the correctors, for example. I like to start with black colors, so Deep Professional Black and Black Pearl. They both contain carbon black. And the first one is very suitable to create a graphic eyeliner, while the second one is smoother. So the 2101 is ideal for shading or creating shades on eyelids. They are two very deep black colors that can be applied directly on eyelids, or they can be mixed with other colors. So you can create a brown color, for example, using them, or you can make them warmer using a warm color such as a gianduia, or a chocolate color, or using one of our correctors. Of course, if you want to cover an underlying eyeliner, an old eyeliner, for example, you can add curcuma or any other corrector to the black, for example. Then warm black is the first color of the second color. Is a ebony color. It is a very deep black brown color which is widely used for eyeliners when you have cold skin tones, because it is a little bit warmer compared to the previous two. Also, warm black can be mixed both with the deep black or with the pearl black, or you can make it warmer by adding curcuma or chocolate. Then we have darker colors of our range within the pro colors. They are cocoa, coffee, ganache and chocolate. Cocoa chocolate is a very balanced color, very dark color between coffee and a warm black. Coffee, it's a little bit colder color. Ganache, on the other hand, is a bestseller that we have because it is dark but not too deep, and it is very well balanced. Therefore, it can be used on different skin types, on several skin types. While chocolate is a dark color containing a touch of red that makes it warmer, and it can be applied directly also on colder skin tones, avoiding that the color gets colder at a later stage. Then we have summer truffle. It is a colder color as it contains a little bit of green. Then mocha and brownie, they are all intermediate colors, and they have specific characteristics that we will see on the other chart that will be presented later. As we said, summer truffle is a little bit darker than mocha. Mocha is more balanced and neutral compared to summer truffle, while brownie is also a bestseller that we have together with the mocha. And brownie is perfect for intermediate skin tone. Then we have nati, skitake and gianduia, and they are intermediate chestnuts. Nati is neutral, shiitake contains a little bit of yellow, and gianduia contains a little bit of red. It can be used to customize colors to the skin of our customers. Then wakame, truffle, caramel and honey can be used on dark blonde people. So wakame is very neutral. Truffle contains a little bit of green, which helps us to correct underlying red colors. Then we have a caramel, which is a medium dark blonde color basically. It is a very highly performing color because it can be accepted by a wide array of skin. And then honey, which contains a little bit of yellow, and it can be used to treat vitiligo, and it can be added also to other colors. Then bran, nut and macadamia, they are quite neutral colors, especially bran, while nut and macadamia contains a little bit of green, which is perfect to correct red on warm skin type, and it can be used on people with white hair and they want to get an elegant ash color on their eyebrows. Then we have the bistro and American coffee, which are perfect for trichopigmentation to recreate the hair on the scalp. Thinner as says the name, is the liquid part of our colors. Then let's have a look at the organic range. The darkest are Stromboli and Maui Breach. Then we have intermediate colors, which are Bolilo and Marzamemi, and then Galapagos, Papacolea and Big Sur, which are lighter, and Kalahari, which is a little bit coppery, and it is perfect to use on people with red hair if you want to create very harmonious eyebrows with their face and hair. Or Kalahari can also be used to warm up any of the previous ones. Now let's have a look at the following three columns. These are basically lip colors, which can be also used for reconstructive dermopigmentation, because here in these three columns we find nude colors that can be used to create and to shade the areola, and also granate and velvet, which are darker colors, can be used to create details of the nipple or to create darker details on areola on skin types which are Fitzpatrick 3 or more, and also to create breast details in general. So let's start with granate and velvet nude, which are the darkest ones on these lines. This can be used to create chiaroscuro on lips and areola, and then sweet cherry, strawberry and fuchsia. They contain a little bit of red. Then we have watermelon, pink papaya, chili and hot chili. These five colors contain a little bit of orange and red, and they are perfect to revive mucosa or to make corrections on very pale or cold underlying colors. Then the nude range is very extensive, from shine to nude. You can see some are orangish, some are colder. They can be used on nipples, lips and scars as well. Then we have azalea, hibiscus, begonia, malva and gladiolus. They are beautiful colors, very well balanced colors. They contain a nice balance between red and fuchsia, which make them exclusive. Then we have lighter colors that together with the watermelon can be used for younger lips, and they are Oriental Lily and Nymphea. This column, starting with the G Gamma, is the column dedicated to scars and also perfect for treating vitiligo and to create different nuances for areola. They are all skin tones, some are pinkish, yellowish, greenish. For example, alabaster can be used to correct reddish scars, or jicama can be used to correct yellowish or greenish scars, and so on and so forth. These colors can be mixed with the lip colors to obtain different nude nuances. Of course, we have the nude range, but they really help to create more customized colors. So this very last column is the column of correctors. So from cumin, it's a little bit greenish and it can be added to eyebrow colors to correct any aubergine color. Then copper is a kind of a red, helping to correct underlying greenish tattoos, and then curcuma is useful to correct bluish underlying tattoos, while mustard and gold are useful to correct purple, so previous underlying purple tattoos. All these colors are perfectly compatible. So we have the organic color, we have a brow, and then the hybrid line, which is the one ending with the pro wording. Let's now have a look at our colors identification chart for Clinita, the CIC. This is our colors identification chart that we call CIC. It is basically a guide that we prepared for our customers, for those who want to know more about our colors, how to use them, which characteristics they have, basically. Let's start reading the key that you find at the very beginning, where you find letters and the meaning that each letter has. So, for example, A means that that color can be used to make areola, B for eyebrows, C for camouflage, covering ups, E eyeliner, L lips, S trico, V stands for value, T for temperature, O organic, I inorganic. Of course, some colors will have more than one letters, as there are colors that can have different applications. Then how to use the colors, warnings, what to do when you receive colors, etc. Later on, we will dig a little bit up in the characteristics of colors, such as its brightness and value. Here you find two rings, and these rings explain the concept of value and has to do with the brightness. Here we see, again, there are two rings, one in black and white and the other in color. And we see that the yellow is the brightest color, therefore it's the lightest, therefore the brightest, while the darkest is the purple, which is the complementary. Then there is blue, red, and so on and so forth. It means that each color has its own value and brightness. Then, for each color, we have the indication of its value, indicated with the letter B. Please, we remind you what we saw on the very first page. V stands for value, and next to it we will find a number, as we will find a number next to T, which stands for temperature. For example, if we have a color with a value of 5, it means that is not light nor a dark color. It is a color with a medium brightness. For example, a skin color will have a value comprised between 2 and 3, while a black used for eyeliner will have a value of 9. Earlier, I mentioned the concept of temperature, which we indicate with letter T. Here we explain what temperature is. We have this example where we use yellow. We have a neutral yellow, which is not nor cold nor warm. So, what we want you to understand is that when next to T, which stands for temperature, you have a value of 0, this means that the color is neutral. What does this mean? It means that the color will result neutral when you apply it on a white piece of paper, for example. And we know that there are several undertones types, cold and warm undertones. Therefore, a neutral color applied on a cold undertone will result colder. Vice versa, the same neutral color applied on a warm undertone will result warmer. Thus, it is important understanding what temperature is to understand which undertones you can apply your colors. For example, if you have a color which has a T equaling -2, it doesn't mean that that color contains some green. Instead, it means that it is a cold color. On the other hand, we have a temperature of 3. It doesn't mean that the color contains some orange. Instead, it means that the color is warm. Here we have our guide two columns, Italian and English. We will read a little bit of it. Let's start with the Professional Black Pro. It's a hybrid color, organic inorganic, the number 2100, and then VTE. Again, value 9. It means that is one of the darkest. Temperature -1. It means that it is slightly cold. E stands for eyeliner. It's a black used for eyeliner. What's the difference with the Black Pearl Pro? Well, it is basically a little bit colder. It has a temperature of -2 as against the previous one which had a temperature of -1. So, the Professional Black is a carbon black eyeliner or lash enhancement for very experienced technicians only, ideal for graphic eyeliner. It will offer dramatic contrast against a light eye color. Then we say ideal mix with. Here we just give you a few ideas on how to mix the color with other colors, but these are just a few examples. Actually, there are endless matches and pairings, and you always surprise us with the new matches and mixings. Here we suggest to mix it with cocoa and chocolate. If we add cocoa, we will get a slightly warmer color, while if we add chocolate, we will get a much warmer color. While Black Pearl, beautiful rich black eyeliner, lash enhancement appropriate for nuances and shadings. Why? Because Black Pearl is smoother compared to deep Professional black. Again, ideal mix again with cocoa and chocolate, but you can use it with various colors actually. Warm black. It says E and B. It is an ebony color. It's a bestseller of our range. It's very popular among our customers, and it's ideal, recommended for eyeliner on cold skin tones, and recommended for eyebrows on dark Fitzpatrick skin. Again, to obtain an ebony eyeliner on the scale of Fitzpatrick, and especially it creates a contrast on cold skin and light eye, especially for eyebrows for scales Fitzpatrick 4, 5 and 6. You will get dark eyebrows which are suitable for this kind of undertones and Fitzpatrick scale. To consider, this is certainly one of the most performing colors usable in many cases, so with many applications. Then we have cocoa. I will not read each of them, I will just underline the most important things for you. So for example, cocoa is recommended for eyebrows, eyeliner and areola, as it says there, B, E and A. For dark areola, if you have dark nipples and you want to create these very dark nipples when you have a specific undertone which requires that. It has a value of 9.8, so it's dark, but not as dark as black is, and has a temperature of -1. Coffee, it's a neutral color, slightly colder, and it's lighter compared to the previous one with some darker shades. Then we have ganache and chocolate. You see that the temperature here is changing. 0 and 1 it says, because chocolate contains some red, suggested for obtaining dark warm eyebrows, shading dark nipple and areola. So when you need basically a darker color with some reddish trend, because you can find often nipples with that nuance, ideal for skin tones 5 to 4 of the Fitzpatrick scale. It can be applied directly or mixed with other colors. And we have summer truffle. Here we read C, which stands for camouflage or covering ups. Why that? Because summer truffle is a little bit cold as it contains a small percentage of green. Therefore, it is recommended to camouflage reddish eyebrows. Mocha and brownie are highly performing and they are our best sellers as well. Mocha is really a balanced color and can be applied on several skin tones. For this reason, it is a must-have because it is easy to shape. It can be applied directly as it is pure, or it can be mixed with other colors. We can make it warmer, we can make it colder, darker, lighter, and it really can be used on many undertones. Nutty is one of our new colors, well balanced, an intermediate color. According to the use, according to the application, if it is, for example, a shade or a hair, it is suitable for different Fitzpatrick skin tone. Shiitake also is used for camouflage because it contains some yellow, which makes it useful for correcting eyebrows that have faded in aubergine color. Gianduja contains a little bit of red, as you can see, and it's recommended to create the hazelnut areola. Wakame is also a new color. It's a beautiful color on medium light skin tones or to create secondary hair when you are using a technique where you are creating each hair and you want to create some 3D effect. Then truffle, again very popular, very useful on to be used on reddened skin or to correct colors faded into other color. Caramel is beautiful, is golden, can be applied directly. Honey is a dark blonde, quite a warm color. Here we can see that value is decreasing. We are starting to see lighter colors with a value of 5 because these colors can be used on dark blonde people or light chestnut hair. It's a honey color, warm color that can be used on people who have red hair, or it can be used to correct eggplant color. Brand is quite a neutral color and is perfect for applying it to get directly on the skin. Highly performing with a value of 6 and 5, and it can be mixed by adding a touch or a drop of a different color. For example, summer truffle to raise value, keeping it cold, or chocolate to raise value, so making it darker and creating a warmer shade. Nut, on the other hand, it's kind of a ash color. It's a beautiful color for eyebrows on on people with salt and pepper hair, or on people with white hair who want to get an ash color on their eyebrows. Same is for macadamia. It's very suitable for that. You can use both of them and mix them when you have these cases. Bistro and American coffee are organic colors. Bistro is more neutral, while American coffee is lighter and a little bit colder. Therefore, they can be used separately or mixed together. They are perfect to obtain a shaved effect, but remember that you can mix tricolors with any other colors. Here we have the organic range, so the Everbrow range. Stromboli, Maui, Beach Bolulo are the darkest of the range. As you can see, they have a value of 7 and 8. Then we have Marzamemi, which is lighter, and then the we go down to Kalahari, which has a value of 7.6, then Papacoleo value 6, Galapagos value 5.6. They are quite neutral colors. Big Sur, Kalahari are warmer, Galapagos and Papacolea are perceived a little bit colder. So basically, with the exception of Stromboli, which contains a higher percentage of black, all the others can be considered neutral colors. Marsamami, for example, is a strong but soft brown, adaptable for different types. It can be made more intense with Bollula and Stromboli, suitable for eyebrows. Again, they can be mixed. Kalahari, spicy coppery with reflection of antique gold. It can be mixed to warm other shades tending to cold, perfect for red hair. Then, here we have lips colors. The range is really extensive. And lips colors are useful to work on some kind of areolas and nipples. For example, Grenade states LA because it can be used both for lips and areola. Of course, it's a dark color with a value of 6, but if we are using it for lips, it will not be applied directly on mucosa. Instead, it will be mixed with other colors to make them more intense. It is a garnet red ideal to increase the value of any lips color, suitable for shading and volumes on nipples. So basically, it is helpful to create volumes on lips using the chiaro-scuro technique. Again, for lips, we tend to have a warm temperature because we are working on mucosa. Cherry is very popular as well. It's color of ripe cherries. It strengthens the natural lip color, intensifying the turgidity of mucosa. Use it poor for intense but wonderful veiled shades. It contains so magenta inside, so it is useful to create a lip gloss effect if you wish. Temperature 3, therefore it is a warm color. Strawberry or fuchsia. Strawberry and fuchsia are new colors. Watermelon is also very popular. It has a temperature of 3/4, is quite a warm color. It is a pink containing some orange. Fresh and sensual color for vibrant lips. A warm coral color suitable to illuminate lips with cold trend. Can be used to warm or mitigate unpleasant grayish tones. So it can be applied directly or it can be mixed to obtain a coral tone or color which is useful to warm up lips. Pink papaya, again another pink with a little bit of orange inside, useful to revive lips. Chili, hot chili and paprika, they say C, which stands for camouflage, because these can be used to cover up. They can be used directly on grey, purplish, bluish lips, on lip contour that have faded in grey, brick, blue, purple colors, etc. So they can be applied directly, or they can be mixed together, or they can be added to other colors if you want to get an orange or red touch if you want to. This page is dedicated to nude color. We start from velvet. This is a new color. It is a must-have because it's very useful for recreating areola. It's not really a warm color, but still it is very useful for shading and to create wrinkles and contours of Montgomery tubercles on lighter areola, as this against the granite. Then we have deep nude, pink nude, nude lips. This can be applied directly on skins. From nude going downside, consider that lips should not be grayish or have a cold tone. But these colors are really beautiful because of their pink and red content. Then pink, mango, shine nude, they are basically skin colors used for areola. They can be mixed with other lips colors to create new shades and nuances. They are helpful to customize a color, they are helpful to make a color brighter, or they can be used again for a camouflage on scar. Then we have the flower range, which sees the introduction of two new colors, which are hibiscus and oriental lily. Warm colors and light colors which can be used on light lips. They have a high value, they are very delicate pinks. Gladiolus contains a percentage of orange, therefore it is basically a coral color. Malva, it's a little bit lighter. And then begonia, hibiscus, they contain a touch of magenta, which makes them very vibrant. And then azalea, which is colder compared to the others, but still it's a warm color, and it's beautiful applied directly, or if you want to mix it to create chiaroscuro, therefore 3D and volume effects. Here we have camouflage colors, for example, to apply on scars, and then we have correctors. You can see that almond that can be used for camouflage, areola, eyebrows and lips. It can be applied directly, for example, on a scar for camouflage. For areola, if you have a very light areola, you can be mixed with other colors to make them lighter. It can be used on eyebrows to obtain very light ash eyebrows if you have people who have very light blonde hair or white hair, and then it's useful also to create a nude nuance for lips. Then G-Cama, recommended for camouflaging and nipple areola procedures, can also be used as a mixer to obtain other colors. To consider, the yellow base doesn't fade in orange tones. Savannah is one of the new colors. It has a value of 3, so light, very light. Temperature of 1, camouflage areola, it's an organic color, a skin color recommended for camouflage scars and areola, ideal for creating lightening and moving nude shades for reconstructive areola. And then cumin has a value of 5, it's an intermediate color. Can be used for camouflage, areola and eyebrows. It's a technical color for correction to neutralize purplish red. It can be used alone or mixed with the chosen color for direct correction in a single session. Copper, it's a copper color, a little bit darker than copper, warm color for the correction of very cold eyebrows with gray and greenish undertones. And then curcuma mustard and pure gold, which can be used for camouflage and covering ups, or to neutralize purplish tones, make them warmer. Also, this can be done with pure gold and mustard, but mustard is not suggested for lips. You have to be careful with correctors because these are very intense colors, and therefore you need to be very skillful. So if you have browns that tend to magenta or eggplant eyebrows, then mustard is perfect for correcting them. Then curcuma is very popular, it's a bestseller. It's a must-have for correcting gray, cold, bluish undertones. You can apply it directly before the eyebrow colors, or it can be mixed to the eyebrow color that you have chosen for your customer. Here we have a scale with all the tones of your color chart. Here you have the temperature line and the vertical lines, which is the value lines, going from the darkest to the lightest colors. Temperature ranging from -4, the coldest colors, to 4 for the warmest colors. Let's compare, for example, these two colors. The first one is alabaster, the second one is mustard. If we compare them on the graph, we can understand that alabaster is a cold and light color, while mustard is a warmer and a darker color. If we compare them with the flower 25, which is azalea, the difference is even bigger because it is a warm color as mustard is, but it's much darker with a value comprised between 6 and 7. So this graph is very useful for comparisons. Here we have a recap of the Fitzpatrick scale if you want to familiarize with it. We use it pretty much actually. Phototype 1 consists in a white, very transparent skin, red blonde hair, blue eyes, freckles, could be a warm or a cold skin, high sensitivity to the sun, always reddens, doesn't tan. And to the other extremity of the scale we find phototype 6, black skins, cold skins, the skin doesn't redden, skin becomes deeply pigmented and tans easily. So when we speak about Fitzpatrick scale and types, you can come to this page to review the basic characteristics.